All right, so you're getting ready for a Baggage Flow Supervisor interview.
Hmm, that's a job that definitely keeps things moving.
You know it. And lucky for you, we've got your RoleCatcher files right here.
Oh, nice. Let's see what we've got.
It looks like we've got a career guide and a whole bunch of potential interview questions to go through.
Sounds like we've got a deep dive ahead of us. Let's get you ready to impress.
So when you think of a Baggage Flow Supervisor, what comes to mind?
Well, it's a lot more strategic than people might think.
Really? How so?
It's not just about moving suitcases, it's about orchestrating the whole flow of baggage through a super complex system, making sure passengers get their belongings and that flights leave on time.
Okay, so it's kind of like air traffic control, but for luggage.
That's a great analogy.
I like it. It sounds like it takes someone who can handle the pressure, make decisions on the fly, and keep everything running smoothly.
You got it. And that's exactly what these interview questions are designed to test.
Makes sense. So let's jump right in, shall we? What's our first question?
The first one is, what inspired you to pursue a career in baggage handling?
Oh, that's a classic.
It's your chance to really show off your passion and connect your personal experiences to this field.
Right. So it's not just about saying, I like airports. You got to dig a little deeper, find those personal connections.
Right. Maybe you've always been fascinated by how an airport works behind the scenes.
Or maybe you had like a travel experience that really highlighted how important efficient baggage handling is.
Exactly. And this is actually where RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help.
Oh, how so?
It can actually analyze the job description, like every single word, and suggest ways to tailor your answer, to really highlight the skills and experiences that this specific employer is looking for.
So if the job description is emphasizing customer service skills, for example, you might want to talk about a time when you really went above and beyond to help a passenger find a lost item.
Exactly. It's all about showcasing your strengths in a way that matches what the employer needs.
I got it. All right, what about question number 2?
Let's see. Question number 2 is, how do you ensure that the baggage handling process is efficient and error-free?
This one sounds like it's all about organization and attention to detail.
Absolutely. But remember, interviewers are looking for more than just buzzwords.
Of course.
They want to see that you really understand the ins and outs of the role and that you can actually apply those skills to real-world situations.
Okay, so instead of just saying, I'm organized,
Yeah.
you could give a specific example of a time you had to solve a problem in, like a really fast-paced environment.
Exactly.
Maybe you discovered a bottleneck in the baggage flow and implemented a new procedure to speed things up.
Ooh, that's a good one. And don't forget about the technical stuff too.
Oh, right. Like what?
Could you talk about your experience with different baggage handling systems?
Yeah.
Like conveyor belts, scanners, sorting machines.
Oh, yeah.
Showing that, your way around that kind of technology can really set you apart.
Gotcha. And this is another spot where RoleCatcher comes in handy. You can use the platform to actually practice answering these questions out loud and get AI-powered feedback
It's pretty awesome.
on your delivery, your content, even your body language.
It's like having a personal interview coach in your pocket.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for question number 3.
Bring it on.
This one focuses on leadership. What methods do you use to motivate and coach your team to achieve their goals?
The leadership question.
It's a big one.
This is where you show off your ability to inspire and lead a team.
And I'm guessing there's no one right answer here.
Nope, not at all. The key is to be authentic and talk about your own leadership style.
So if you're a more collaborative leader, you might talk about creating a supportive team environment where everyone feels comfortable contributing.
Exactly.
Or if you're more goal-oriented, you could discuss your strategies for setting clear expectations and holding team members accountable.
Perfect examples. And don't forget to back up your statements with real stories.
Oh, you mean like?
Describe a time when you successfully motivated a team to overcome a challenge.
Or achieve a difficult goal.
Right. Stories are always more memorable than just general statements.
Totally agree. All right, moving right along to question number 4. What is your experience in managing a team of baggage handlers?
Straight to the point.
I feel like this one's pretty straightforward.
It might seem that way, but this is an opportunity to really go beyond simply listing your past jobs.
Okay, so what kind of things should you be thinking about?
Think about those specific challenges and successes you've experienced managing a team in, let's be honest, a pretty stressful environment.
Right. So you could talk about a time when you had to deal with a conflict between team members or when you had to implement a new safety procedure.
Perfect examples. And think about how those situations shaped your leadership style. What did you learn about communication? delegation, building trust.
It's really about showing you didn't just manage a team, you learned and grew from the experience.
Exactly. And interviewers are looking for proof that you can change your management style, based on different people and different situations. Well, that's a good point.
So think about times when you had to change things up to motivate individual team members.
Makes sense. All right, on to question number 5. How do you prioritize and manage your workload as a baggage flow supervisor?
Ooh, this is a big one.
Right. This is all about juggling a million responsibilities and staying organized in what I can only imagine is a pretty chaotic environment.
It definitely is, and it's your chance to shine a light on those organizational skills and your ability to stay calm under pressure.
So think about the specific tools and strategies you use to manage your time.
Right?
Do you make to-do lists?
Good one.
Use project management software?
Hmm.
Have a system for prioritizing tasks? Are you good at delegating responsibilities?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to name drop any specific software or technology you know. Like baggage tracking systems or those fancy communication platforms they use.
Because showing that you're tech savvy is definitely a plus in this role.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And this might be another good time to bring up RoleCatcher's AI. Oh, yeah.
It can actually analyze the job description and tell you which skills to focus on in your answer.
It's pretty amazing.
So if the posting mentions needing experience with a particular baggage handling system, you can highlight that in your answer.
Smart.
Okay, next up is question number 6. How do you handle conflicts or difficult situations with passengers or team members?
Conflict resolution.
This one's all about your interpersonal skills and your ability to stay cool and professional, even when things get heated.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And it's an opportunity to show off your empathy, your listening skills, and your ability to find win-win solutions.
So you might talk about a time when you had to de-escalate a situation with, let's say, a frustrated passenger who lost their luggage.
Classic airport scenario.
How did you approach the situation? What steps did you take to make things right?
Remember, it's not just about finding a solution. It's about showing empathy, understanding, and commitment to keeping a positive work environment.
And it's okay to talk about what you learned from those experiences. Maybe a specific conflict taught you the importance of clear communication or getting different perspectives.
Great point. Okay, moving on to question number 7, which focuses on safety. How do you ensure that your team is following safety regulations and procedures?
Big one, especially in an airport environment where safety is absolutely paramount.
Couldn't agree more. And this is your chance to demonstrate that you're a responsible leader who puts the well-being of your team and the passengers first.
So let's get specific. What kind of safety procedures are we talking about?
Well, it could be things like using proper lifting techniques,
Okay, yeah.
operating equipment safely, identifying and reporting potential hazards, and knowing how to respond to emergencies.
So how do you ensure that your team knows these procedures and is following them consistently?
Right. Do you conduct safety training sessions, use checklists to reinforce protocols, have a system for reporting concerns?
These are all things interviewers will want to know.
And don't forget to talk about your leadership role in creating a safety-conscious culture. Do you lead by example? Do you encourage your team to speak up if they see something? Hold regular safety meetings to discuss best practices.
It's really about going above and beyond to create a safe and healthy work environment.
Absolutely. And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can lend a hand here too.
Oh, I knew it. How so?
It can scan the job description for any specific safety certifications or qualifications the employer might be looking for.
Smart.
So you can really tailor your answer to show that you've got the knowledge they need.
Perfect. All right, on to question number 8. How do you ensure that your team is meeting performance targets and KPIs?
Data time.
This one's all about results and crunching those numbers.
It is. It's your chance to show that you know how to set clear goals, keep track of progress, and motivate your team to hit those targets.
So what kind of performance targets and KPIs are we talking about here?
Think about things like baggage handling times, accuracy rates, customer satisfaction scores, on-time performance, all those metrics.
Yeah, those are important. So how do you keep track of all those numbers?
Yeah, good question.
Do you use specific software or reporting tools? How do you communicate those goals to your team?
Yep.
Do you use incentives or other motivational tools to boost performance?
Those are all good things to consider.
And don't forget about your approach to feedback and coaching.
Oh, right.
Do you do regular performance reviews?
Yeah.
Offer constructive criticism and support to help team members improve.
Those are crucial leadership skills.
It's about showcasing your ability to not just crunch the numbers, but to actually use that data to improve things.
Exactly. Okay, ready for the final question in this RoleCatcher set?
I think so. Bring it on. What do we got?
Question 9. How do you ensure that your team is providing excellent customer service to passengers?
This one really highlights how customer-focused this role is.
You got
I
it.
mean, you're managing bags, but you're also responsible for making sure passengers have a good experience.
Exactly. Think about those key moments when passengers might interact with your team.
Like at the check-in counter,
Yep.
baggage claim,
Uh-huh.
or when they're dealing with lost or delayed luggage.
Definitely.
How do you train your team to handle these situations with, professionalism and empathy?
Right. Do you have a set of customer service standards or guidelines?
Good one.
Do you do role-playing to help them practice tricky situations? Do you encourage them to go the extra mile?
Oh, great questions. This is your chance to highlight any customer service training you've provided
Oh, yeah.
or any positive feedback you've gotten from passengers.
Always good to have those stories ready. You could even share specific examples where your team went above and beyond to solve a problem or create a really good experience.
So those are always impressive.
And remember, RoleCatcher can analyze the job description to find those keywords related to customer service.
Oh, right. Like if the posting emphasizes communication skills, problem solving, or customer satisfaction, you can tailor your answer to show off those specific skills.
You got it.
Wow, we just covered all 9 interview questions.
That was intense.
I'm feeling a little tired just thinking about all that.
Me too.
But hey, now you should be feeling more confident and prepared for that interview.
Right.
What I'm getting from this is that it's not just about knowing the answers. It's about showing off your skills and experience in a way that really lines up with the job requirements.
Nailed it. And don't forget, we've got more insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide to help you ace this interview.
Oh, nice.
We'll dive into those career insights and explore how RoleCatcher can help you fine-tune your responses even further.
Sounds good. I'm ready for a break, though.
Me too. We'll be back in a bit. After going through those interview questions, it really highlights all the important skills you need to be a baggage flow supervisor.
Totally. But I think it would help to zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, like the whole career path.
Yeah, good idea. So where do you even start in this field?
I mean, do you just walk into an airport and say, hey, I want to be a baggage flow supervisor?
Not quite.
I didn't think so.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide actually lists some common entry-level jobs,
Oh, cool. Like what?
like being a baggage handler or working in customer service at the airport.
Okay, so it's more about starting from the ground up, getting a feel for how things work.
Exactly. Those entry-level roles give you hands-on experience. You learn the ropes, the terminology, even how the airport operates.
I can see how that would be super valuable.
It really is. And it shows future employers that you're serious about the field.
I can see you didn't just jump straight to wanting to be a supervisor.
Right. You took the time to learn the basics.
The guide also mentions continuous learning, which makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. The aviation industry is always changing.
Yeah, there's always something new.
New technologies, new safety rules, even new ways of doing things. A good baggage flow supervisor has to stay on top of it all.
So we're talking certifications, specialized training programs, maybe going to industry conferences.
All of that.
Huh.
Having a certification, like in airport operations or safety management, tells employers you're invested in your career.
And that you have up-to-date knowledge.
Exactly. And let's not forget networking. Meeting people in the field, going to workshops, joining online groups.
All that good stuff.
It can open so many doors. It's not just what you know, it's who you know, right?
Definitely. And the guide says there's potential for advancement, moving up to higher management roles.
That's the exciting part.
I bet.
Experienced baggage flow supervisors can become airport operations managers, even directors of operations.
So you're not stuck in one spot. You can move up the ladder, take on more responsibility, and get paid more too.
Exactly. And the skills you learn as a baggage flow supervisor, leadership,
Yeah.
problem solving, communication, those are valuable in any management job, even outside of aviation.
That's great to know. Okay, so we've got the roadmap from entry level to management.
Right?
But how does RoleCatcher's AI actually help someone stand out, especially with so much competition?
This is where it gets really cool. Imagine you're applying for a specific baggage flow supervisor position. RoleCatcher's AI reads that job description, every single word, and figures out what the employer is looking for.
So it's like having this superpower tool that shows you exactly what they want.
Exactly. Then it helps you tailor your resume and cover letter to match those key words.
Oh, wow.
So instead of just sending out a generic application, you're sending something that's laser focused.
That's awesome.
And it can even help you with the interview.
We really? How?
Remember those 9 interview questions we went through? You can practice answering them out loud, and RoleCatcher will give you feedback
No way. Like, on what?
on how you speak, what you say, even your body language.
Wow.
It's like having a virtual coach right there in your pocket.
That's insane.
And the best part is they have tons of free resources.
Oh, nice. So you don't have to pay to use it.
Nope, not at all. You can access career guides, interview tips, practice questions, all for free. It's a gold mine of information.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. The career path, the AI tools, the interview questions.
We really have.
But being a baggage flow supervisor isn't always easy, right? There are gonna be challenges.
Oh, for sure. It's a fast-paced environment, lots of pressure. Things can go wrong in a heartbeat.
I bet. That sounds stressful.
It can be, but it's also what makes it exciting. You have to
Yeah.
think on your feet and adapt to anything.
Okay, so let's play out a few real-world scenarios.
Love it. Let's do it.
First up, a sudden flight delay.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Passengers are getting impatient, bags are piling up, the clock is ticking.
Stressful. How would a baggage flow supervisor handle that kind of chaos?
That's a good question. What would you do?
Well, that's where organization and leadership skills come in. You gotta think fast, communicate clearly with your team, and have backup plans to minimize the disruption.
So maybe redirect bags to different carousels, make sure connecting flights are taken care of, keep passengers updated, and all while staying calm under pressure.
Exactly. It's like conducting an orchestra, making sure everything runs smoothly, even with all these different parts.
Okay, challenge number 2, a lost bag.
Ugh, the worst.
It happens. And I bet the baggage flow supervisor is the one everyone turns to for help.
Yeah, they're definitely on the front lines for that one.
So how do you handle that with empathy and efficiency?
You gotta start by listening to the passenger, really hear their concerns.
Makes sense.
Then you check the tracking info, work with the airline to find the bag, and keep the passenger in the loop the whole time.
And what if you can't find the bag right away?
You offer solutions, like maybe some temporary toiletries.
Right.
Keep them updated on the search and tell them clearly how to file a claim if they need to.
It's about turning a bad experience into a chance to show you care and are doing everything you can.
Exactly. Okay, so we've covered some external challenges like flight delays and lost bags.
Right.
But what about internal challenges, like managing a team of baggage handlers, each with their own personality and way of working? That can't be easy.
No kidding. How do you handle that?
That's where leadership and communication skills really come into play.
Okay.
You need to build a positive and respectful environment where everyone feels valued.
So regular team meetings, clear expectations, fair conflict resolution, recognizing good work, all the leadership basics.
You got it. It's all about building trust and motivating everyone to work together.
And of course, making sure everyone understands and follows all those safety rules and procedures.
Absolutely. Safety always comes first.
It sounds like you're constantly juggling so many things.
It definitely keeps you on your toes.
Well, I feel like we've done a pretty good job of simulating what it takes to be successful in this role.
I think so too. We've gone from interview questions to real-world challenges.
But there's still more to explore.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet.
In the last part of our deep dive, we'll unpack those specific qualities that employers look for in a baggage flow supervisor and how RoleCatcher can help you show off your strengths. Okay, so we've really gotten into the nitty-gritty of being a baggage flow supervisor.
We have.
Those interview questions, the career path, the everyday challenges, all of it. I feel like we've practically worked a shift at the airport ourselves.
I know, right?
But before we wrap up, I think it's important to talk about the specific qualities employers look for in a baggage flow supervisor.
Yeah, good idea.
I mean, we've touched on some of them, but it would be helpful to really spell them out.
Totally.
So, top of the list, what would you say is the most important skill?
Hands down, communication.
Of course.
Makes sense.
Think about it. You're constantly talking to people.
Right, all the time.
Your team, passengers, airline staff, sometimes even air traffic control.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth.
Being able to communicate clearly and effectively is absolutely essential.
So it's not just about being a good talker, it's about being a good listener too.
Oh, definitely. You need to understand what everyone needs and be able to respond to them.
And I'm guessing you need to adapt your communication style depending on who you're talking to.
Exactly. Like, you might use technical terms with your team, but then explain things simply to a passenger who's just lost their bag.
You got it. Okay, so communication is number one.
Check. What's next?
problem solving.
Ah, yeah. Essential in any job, really.
But especially this one. Remember all those real-world scenarios we talked about?
Oh, yeah. Flight delays, lost bags, broken equipment, too many passengers all at once.
Right. As a baggage flow supervisor, you gotta expect the unexpected.
You got to be able to think fast and come up with solutions that keep everything moving.
Exactly.
So staying calm under pressure, being resourceful, and being able to make decisions quickly and confidently, those are all must-haves.
Absolutely. And even better, try to anticipate problems before they even happen.
Oh, that's a good one. Being proactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have a plan B. Always be one step ahead.
And of course, leadership is a big one too.
Huge.
You're not just managing luggage, you're managing a whole team of people.
That's right.
So you need to motivate and inspire them, delegate tasks, give feedback, create a good work environment.
All of that.
So those classic leadership qualities like communication, trust, empathy, building relationships, all that comes into play.
Absolutely. Remember, leadership isn't about bossing people around. It's about empowering them, valuing their work, and helping them grow.
I like that. Okay, so we've got communication, problem solving, and leadership.
Yep.
What other skills should a baggage flow supervisor have?
Organization.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Think about it. So many things happening at once. Tight deadlines, constant pressure to be efficient. You gotta be super organized.
I can imagine. Managing schedules, keeping track of all the bags, monitoring performance, making sure everyone's following safety rules. That's a lot.
It is. So think about how you stay organized. To-do lists, spreadsheets, special software, whatever works for you.
And being good at prioritizing tasks.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial. And hey, RoleCatcher's AI can help you with this, too.
I knew it. How?
It can analyze the job description and see which organizational skills the employer is really looking for. That way, you can highlight those in your answers.
Nice. So we've got organization covered. What else?
Adaptability.
Ah, yeah, the airport is always full of surprises.
You said it. Flight delays, weather issues, broken equipment, anything can happen.
So you need to be able to roll with the punches
Yep.
and adjust to whatever gets thrown your way.
Exactly. And you got to be able to make decisions quickly without compromising safety or efficiency.
So being flexible, resilient, and having a positive attitude are key.
Definitely. And remember, your attitude affects everyone around you. If you stay calm and focused, your team will too.
Okay, I'm ready for the last skill on our list. What is it?
Customer service.
That might seem surprising, since you're mostly dealing with bags.
It might, but remember, those bags belong to people, and those people are often stressed, tired, maybe even worried if their luggage is lost.
Yeah, true. So how does customer service play a role in baggage handling?
Think about those interactions with passengers. How can you train your team to be professional, empathetic, and genuinely helpful?
So those soft skills like listening, clear communication, patience, problem solving, de-escalating tense situations, all of that is important.
Absolutely. It's about remembering that every bag represents a person who deserves to be treated with respect.
Okay, that makes sense.
And RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help here, too. It can help you figure out what kind of customer service skills the employer is looking for, so you can tailor your answers to show them you've got what it takes.
Wow, we've covered a lot. Communication, problem solving, leadership, organization, adaptability, and customer service. It's like a crash course in how to be a successful baggage flow supervisor.
It really is.
And with RoleCatcher by your side, you can feel even more confident and prepared.
Right. It's like having your own personal career assistant, guiding you every step of the way.
So to anyone out there getting ready for a baggage flow supervisor interview, remember, you got this.
Yeah, you got this.
Embrace the challenges, the fast-paced environment, and the opportunity to be a part of keeping the world connected.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher is there to support you. Good luck, and we can't wait to see where your aviation journey takes you.
That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.